My name is Sérgio Miguel Vieira, and I'm the founder and CEO of Truhoo.es, a property portal based out of Spain looking to digitize and reduce friction in the process of renting and purchasing properties. So we needed to work with somebody who would be very transparent in the process and in real time be able to see how we were burning the money to ensure that it had the highest impact for what we needed. Separate from this, we needed a partner that was going to future-proof our product. We're building something, and until it finishes monetizing, there'll be a period where there'll be no development. So we need to ensure that during that time, we're building an app that will manage that gap, if you like. And the real final step that affected us the most was we're a startup, so we need to be really quite flexible to what's happening in the market. Using COVID as an example, halfway through the project, we had to shift the way we were going to monetize. It was no longer viable to do it in the way that we wanted to do it pre-COVID, and the team was extremely flexible in adapting to our requirements and to shift the entire viewpoint we had on this subject at the time. And these were sort of real things that affects us and that allowed us to not only feel valid in choosing Yalantis, but in speaking to them about how they worked in the process of selecting Yalantis, feel validated and this was a secure decision. One thing that actually fascinated me about working with the Yalantis team was how invested some of not just the project managers and VAs that we worked with, but the developers themselves got really invested in the project. And you certainly felt like people put not just an extra mile, but took a second to try and voice any concerns that they thought, if you're trying to develop the feature this way, look, we can do it your way, you're the customer. But we're just looking at it from this way, and it could lead to projects in these sort of variables that you could consider, So the team took really a very intimate approach into making sure that the thing they were producing was not just good, it was in our interest as well. And that really fascinated me. I've worked with technology partners in different companies for many years, and that was the first time that I found a team engaging in such a way, and I thought that was a really positive personal touch. Separate from this, we often exceeded expectations in what we were trying to accomplish in terms of timeframes. The Yalantis team made a real point of clarifying what they were going to do within each sprint, and we were always sort of pleasantly surprised by seeing that we always, perhaps not every single time, but very frequently, we overstepped that limit that we were looking to do by the team being surprisingly efficient, which took pressure off us as a business in other projects that we were doing to ensure the success of the business by being ahead of schedule in certain elements.